So we've been shooting a lot with the Canon C400, and I really wanted to do a shoot where I can compare the image quality out of the Canon C400 and out of the DJI Ronin 4D and out of the Sony A7S3. Promised you guys I would do it because to me, those are the three cameras that I have that I love. I love all of them in their own right, and I wanted to see how they all mesh together. So how did I do? Let's find out. Let's dive in. So I promised you guys that I was going to do more Canon C400 content. There's going to be a lot more coming. I got so much I want to talk about, and as I'm learning everything about this camera, I want to share things with you. Some, menu settings and camera settings that I figured out, and some accessories that work really well with it. But for today's video and the heart of today's video, let's talk about specifically image quality and how this camera just kind of meshes with the other cameras. Now, why did I pick the DJI Ronin 4D and the Sony A7S3? For the simple reason that I own them. I love them. They're great cameras. I really love the DJI Ronin 4D. It was my first cinema camera, and yes, it is a cinema camera. It's been used quite a bit since it's been released by Hollywood on big films. And the Sony A7S3, it's been my personal camera. I use it primarily for YouTube nowadays, but it was the first camera that really inspired me to kind of go and be a little bit more creative with a mirrorless camera. Before then, I didn't think a mirrorless camera could compete with these big cameras here, these cinema cameras, but the Sony A7S3, I think, has kind of etched itself, along with the FX6, as being a fantastic 4K video camera, right? The A7S3 is a little bit more hybrid, I get that. You can do both stills and videos with it. The FX6 is video focused, and then even the FX6, they're all sharing the same sensor. They're all sharing the same exact sensor. So in a way, I felt like the Sony A7S3 was still a direct comparison between the Canon C400 and the FX6 because it's sharing the same sensor. A small business owner reached out to us and wanted to do a video of her latest health and wellness products. And she was looking for something a little bit more like a social media platform, Instagram Reels. I don't think she was looking for the production value that we ended up giving her. We ended up going in there with 3 different cameras and all these lights and things. And I think she was looking for more of like a social media platform video, but ultimately she was very happy with the video, but I saw it as a perfect opportunity to put all 3 cameras, together and just capture stuff, right? Have a little fun with it. So I'm going to play her interview where she's talking about her products and just let you guys watch it in its entirety. I'll give you a heads up right now so you can, figure out which camera is which. The DJI Ronin 4D is the wide shot where we're capturing the entire room. The Canon C400 is the tight shot. And then the Sony A7S3 is kind of this like low offset angle on a slider. And this is what the final product looked like.
Hello, my name is Brenda Cardenas, and the product that I want to share with you guys is called Energy Go 6. This is a new product from my health and wellness business, and I actually have some of my very favorite flavors behind me. They're actually some of our most popular flavors. We have berry, kiwi strawberry, pink lemonade, citrus, tropical, and blackberry, which is one of my favorites. So I bet you're wondering what makes this product so unique and what makes it stand out. I actually think what makes Energy Go 6 so unique is that it actually features immune boosting molecules. It's backed by scientific data, and it's also won several awards. So let me walk you through how I like to prepare one of my favorite flavors. Grab your favorite cup or your favorite shaker, add in the powder and some water. You can also add in some ice if you like your drink to be cold. And lastly, you're gonna go ahead and shake it up or stir it up, and there you have it, a very refreshing drink. Some of the most popular key ingredients of Energy Go 6 is taurine, creatine, ginkgo biloba, ginseng, but the most popular one is gonna have to be the immune boosting molecule, which is called transfer factor. It's been such a great addition to my health and wellness journey and my daily routine. And guys, right now that it's flu season, Energy Go 6 is actually gonna go ahead and give you an extra layer of defense. I like to mix it once a day, every day. I like to add it to my health and wellness routine. It tastes great and it makes me feel great. Right now, I actually have a promotional discount code to share with you guys. You'll find the link in the description of this video, where you'll find all the information that you need, including how to contact me, Again, my name is Brenda, and I am really looking forward to hearing from you.
So as you guys can tell, they actually mesh up pretty well. They complement each other. There was some work in post. I don't think I got it 100% perfect. I wasn't trying to match all three cameras 100% perfect. I was really trying to see if there was a clear advantage over one or the other. I can tell you that the Canon C400, I just absolutely love the image. I didn't realize how much I missed the Canon colors until now. The Canon colors are just, I don't know, they just give you a great starting point. Like 99% of the time, 90% of the time, 99% of the time, when I see the image, when I see the colors, I'm like, oh, perfect, that's what I was looking for. And then I might tweak a little, a little bit here, a little bit there. Sony A7S3, I'm used to it, so I kind of know what to expect. But when compared to the Canon colors, yeah, you can tell the skin tone's a little bit more, not off, they're just different. And I think the Canon represents the skin tones a little bit better. Overall, with the Sony A7S3, it wasn't very hard to match up to the Canon. I don't think I got it perfect, and it's also a different angle, right? But it looked good. We shot in raw light for the DJI Ronin 4D and the Canon C400, and then for the Sony A7S3, we shot in S-Log3. With the DJI Ronin 4D, we shot in D-Log, right? That's what DJI runs with, is D-Log. D-Log's very different. I don't want to say that I hate it, but it's definitely my least favorite. Still, there's a lot of detail, a lot of dynamic range. It has a 6K sensor. We shot in 6K. So we shot 6K for DJI and Canon, and then of course the Sony was in 4K. The Canon and the DJI were shot in raw light, raw LT, and then Sony doesn't have raw, so we just shot S-Log. I think it came out really good. What I can tell you is DJI was probably the hardest to kind of, I don't know, to match with the other cameras. And I think that had a lot to do with D-Log, right? When you're shooting in D-Log, there in the moment, trying to compensate, and it's a different compensation than S-Log3 or C-Log3, Canon Log3. So that may have had something to do with it. And then in post, you're correcting, right? There's a ton of detail though, so it wasn't too terrible. And then all of the handheld stuff where we're shooting the product at the table, we're shooting here sitting down at the couch, drinking, mixing the drink, all that was all on the Ronin 4D because it has a gimbal, it has the Z-axis, and it's the perfect camera for that. So there's a place for every single camera. I am very happy with all three cameras. I am really starting to love the Canon C400 though. It's quickly becoming my favorite camera to use, and I just want to take it everywhere with me. That's how much I like it. It might be because it's the new shiny toy right now for me, but it's just fantastic. The Ronin 4D, the DJI Ronin 4D, I absolutely still love that. Whenever we have to get off the tripod, that's my go-to camera. It has so much value. I've already talked about it. You get so much out of the box, right? With the DJI Ronin 4D, and they just complement each other so much. The Sony A7S III is my YouTube camera now, right? But it can still do great things. It can still do some big things, right? I just see a purpose for all three of them, and you just can't go wrong nowadays. All cameras that are coming out are more than capable. If you're considering buying the Canon C400, do it. You're not going to regret it. If you're considering buying a DJI Ronin 4D, fantastic camera. It has some limitations, but highly recommend that camera as well. And then the Sony A7S III, although it's very old, and I'm sure a successor is coming out soon within a year, so it's probably going to be discounted, or you're going to get it for an incredible price used, is still a fantastic camera. The most important thing is capturing the moment for your client and making sure that you can produce the video, the story that they're looking for. And that's the most important thing. It's really not about the gear. The gear is up here. I'm not even shooting at that level yet with these cameras, right? They're capable of so much more. So there's a lot for me to still learn, but they're definitely a joy to use. That's it for me, guys. I hope you found this video informative, and if you did, please consider subscribing, and I'll see you on the next video.